So, they finally noticed. Look who they can't stop analyzing. Welcome back, you beautiful, unexplainable force. They've been watching you, haven't they? Tracking your moves like you're some kind of classified experiment. And lately, the whispers got louder. They're convinced someone's been coaching you, teaching you, programming you with knowledge that doesn't match your history. They see the way you move now, calculated, precise, unbothered, and they know something shifted. They know you didn't just wake up like this. They're right to be suspicious. Because yeah, you've been getting coached. You've been receiving downloads, strategies, patterns, instincts that don't come from books or therapy or motivational podcasts. But here's the part that'll make their skin crawl. It ain't human. Whatever's been guiding you, shaping you, whispering instructions in the silence between your thoughts, it didn't come from this dimension. And now they feel it. They feel the shift in your energy, the upgrade in your awareness, the way you see through lies before they finish the sentence. They thought you were just healing. No, you were being rebuilt by something that doesn't play by earthly rules. They started noticing it months ago, didn't they? The way you stopped reacting to their bait. The way you cut people off without guilt, without explanation, like you were following orders from something they couldn't see. And that's exactly what terrifies them, because they know manipulation, they know psychology, they know how to control people using fear, guilt, shame, love. But you became immune. Overnight, you developed antibodies to every tactic they tried. How? That's what keeps them up at night. How did someone who used to flinch suddenly become untouchable? How did someone who used to explain themselves endlessly suddenly move in silence like a trained operator? They search your social media for clues. They watch your eyes in conversations. They analyze your words looking for the source, the teacher, the guru. But they'll never find it because it's not a person. It's not a mentor you can Google. It's not some self-help course you can trace back. It's something older, something that doesn't have a name in their language. You feel it too, don't you? That presence, or that knowing, that voice that doesn't speak in words but in certainty. It shows up when you need it most, right before you're about to slip. Right before you're about to fall back into old patterns, something catches you. Something steadies your hand. Something reminds you who you're becoming. And it's not gentle. It's not soft. It doesn't coddle you or tell you everything's going to be okay. It tells you to move. It tells you to cut. It tells you to burn what needs burn and walk away without looking back. That's not therapy. That's not healing in the way they teach it. That's training. That's warfare. That's an intelligence operating through you, that's preparing you for something they'll never understand. And the wildest part, you didn't ask for it. You didn't summon it. It chose you. When you hit rock bottom, when you were broken, invisible, erased from their world, something saw you. Something reached through the void and said, this one can handle what's coming. Now they watch you move through life like you're reading from a script they can't access. Like you know something they don't. And they're right, you do. You know the game is rigged. You know their smiles are hollow. You know exactly when someone's lying. Not because you studied body language, but because something inside you reads frequency. You've been upgraded. Your intuition isn't intuition anymore. It's precision. It's surgical. It's operating at a level that makes psychologists look like children playing dress-up. They want to know who's coaching you so they can either join the program or destroy it. But there's no program. There's no school. There's no curriculum. There's just you and whatever force decided you were worth salvaging. And now they're stuck, watching someone they thought they understood become completely unrecognizable. They're watching someone they thought they broke become unbreakable. They're watching someone they thought they deleted come back stronger, sharper, colder, more dangerous than anything they've ever encountered. And deep down, beneath all their questions and theories, they know the truth. Whatever's guiding you, it ain't human, and it damn sure ain't on their side. Let's talk about what actually happened, because they're close, but they're still guessing. You didn't find a mentor, you became a receiver. Somewhere in the wreckage of your old life, in the silence after everyone abandoned you, in the nights you spent staring at ceilings wondering if you'd survive, something tuned into your frequency. Not because you were special, not because you were chosen in some cosmic lottery, but because you were empty. You were hollowed out. You were a blank slate after the fire burned through you, and that made you the perfect vessel. See, most people are too full of opinions, too full of conditioning, too full of noise. But you lost everything. Your identity shattered, your beliefs collapsed, your trust evaporated, and in that emptiness, something else moved in, not possessing you, partnering with you, teaching you without words, showing you without sight. You started knowing things you never learned. You started seeing patterns you never studied. You started making moves that didn't come from logic. It started small, didn't it? A thought that didn't feel like yours, an urge to leave a room right before drama erupted. A sudden clarity about someone's intentions that proved correct days later. You brushed it off as coincidence at first, but then it kept happening over and over until you couldn't deny it anymore. Something was feeding you information. Something was guiding your steps. Something was protecting you from mistakes you would have made in the past. And the more you listened, the stronger it got. The more you trusted it, the clearer it became. Now, it's not even a voice anymore. It's instinct, it's reflex, it's automatic. You don't think about how to respond to manipulation anymore. Your body just moves. Your mouth just speaks. Your feet just walk away. Like you're being remote controlled by something that knows the future. They see it in your timing, the way you show up exactly when you need to, the way you disappear exactly when you should, the way you speak exactly what needs to be said without rehearsing. They call it confidence. They call it growth. They call it therapy finally working. No, this is something else entirely. Here's what they don't understand. This force, this intelligence, this presence, it didn't come to make you happy. It didn't come to heal you in some gentle, peaceful way. It came to make you effective. It came to turn you into a weapon, not against others, but against everything that tried to keep you small. Every limiting belief you ever had, targeted and destroyed. Every fear that held you back, dissected and neutralized. Every person who manipulated you, exposed and removed from your field. This wasn't healing, this was an upgrade. A software update for your consciousness. And now, you're running on a system they don't have access to. They're still operating on fear, on ego, on outdated programming. You're operating on something that sees 10 moves ahead. They react, you respond. They panic, you observe. They chase, you attract. The gap between you and them isn't just growth, it's evolution. And they feel it every time they're near you. That weird discomfort they can't explain. That feeling like you're looking through them instead of at them. that sense that you know more than you're saying. The coaching you're receiving, it doesn't come through words, it comes through silence, through dreams that feel more real than waking life, through sudden knowings that arrive fully formed, through synchronicities that stop feeling like coincidence and start feeling like communication. You'll think about someone and they'll text you. You'll feel like you should avoid a place and later find out something bad happened there. You'll get an urge to start something and it'll open doors you never saw coming. This isn't luck. This isn't manifestation. This is guidance from something that exists outside of time. Something that can see the web of cause and effect in ways your human brain can't process. So it feeds you breadcrumbs, nudges, impulses. And if you follow them, if you trust them, your life starts moving in ways that look like magic to everyone else. But to you, it just feels like finally being in alignment with something real. Finally being connected to something that doesn't lie. Finally having a coach that doesn't have an agenda, doesn't want your money, it just wants you to win. It just wants you to become what you were always supposed to be before the world got its hands on you. Now let's get into the training itself, because this isn't some soft spiritual awakening. This is boot camp. This is trial by fire. This is the kind of training that breaks most people before they even understand what's happening. Because whatever's coaching you, it doesn't care about your comfort. It cares about your capacity. Every betrayal you survived, that was a test. Every loss that crushed you, that was conditioning. Every moment you wanted to give up but didn't, that was you passing to the next level. They thought you were suffering, you were being forged. They thought you were lost, you were being refined. They thought you were broken, you were being emptied of everything weak, and now look at you. Unshakable, unmovable, unbothered by the chaos that sends others spiraling. That's not therapy. That's not time healing wounds. That's the result of being trained by something that knows exactly how much pressure you can take before you transform into something unbreakable. The lessons came fast, didn't they? You learned to spot liars within seconds. You learned to feel energy shifts before words were spoken. You learned to walk away without closure because you realize closure is a trap. You learn that silence is more powerful than explanation. You learn that your absence teaches more than your presence ever could. You learn that people fear what they can't control, and you became uncontrollable. Not reckless, not chaotic, but sovereign, self-governed, operating under laws they don't recognize. And every time you applied these lessons, every time you moved according to this new intelligence, your life improved. Toxic people fell away without you fighting them. Opportunities appeared without you chasing them. Clarity came without you seeking it, because you stopped living by human rules and started living by something deeper. As you stood. Because you stood. Something ancient. Something that's been here long before civilization tried to tame it. Your ancestors knew this force. They called it different names. Instinct, spirit, the knowing. But modern society trained it out of people, replaced it with obedience, with following authority, with trusting systems over self. You got it back. The training never stops, though. Even now, even as you read this, you're being tested. Every conversation is a test. Every decision is a test. Every moment you feel the pull to go back to old patterns, that's a test. And you pass them now, not perfectly, but consistently, because you're not alone in this. Something's watching, something's guiding, something's course correcting you when you drift. They see it in how you recover, how you used to spiral for weeks after a setback and now you reset in hours, how you used to need validation from others and now you barely notice if it's there or not, how you used to fear being alone and now you protect your solitude like it's sacred. That shift didn't happen because you read the right book. It happened because you were being reprogrammed at a level most people never access. Your subconscious was being rewritten. Your belief systems were being overridden. Your default settings were being replaced with something that actually serves you instead of keeping you trapped. And here's what really makes them nervous. You're getting stronger. Every month, every week, sometimes every day, you level up in ways they can't track. They knew you last year and you're unrecognizable now. They knew you last month and even that version is gone. You're shedding skins faster than they can keep up with. Because the coaching you're receiving, it's accelerated, it's compressed. What would take most people decades to learn, you're downloading in months. Not because you're smarter, not because you're better, but because something decided you don't have decades. Something decided you're needed now. Whatever's coming, whatever you're being prepared for, it requires you to be ready soon. So the training intensified, the lessons got harder, the tests got more brutal, and you passed them. You kept passing them. Even when you didn't think you could. Even when you wanted to quit, something inside you wouldn't let you. Something kept pushing you forward. And now, you're here, standing in a version of yourself they can't explain, operating at a frequency they can't reach, moving with a certainty they can't fake. They're starting to figure it out now, piece by piece, not the full truth. They're not ready for that, but they're getting closer. They notice you don't argue anymore. You don't defend, you don't explain. You just smile and move, like you know something they don't. And that smile, that unbothered energy, it drives them insane. Because they're used to getting reactions. They're used to pushing buttons and watching people explode, but you're button-proof now. Every manipulation tactic they try just slides off you like water off stone. They accuse you of changing. You agree and keep walking. They try to guilt you. You feel nothing. They attempt to gaslight you. You see right through it. It's like you've developed immunity to human nonsense. And in a way, you have. Because whatever's training you showed you the game, showed you the patterns, showed you that most human interaction is just fear wearing different masks. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. Once you understand the mechanics of manipulation, you become immune to it. Not because you're cold, but because you're awake. The recognition happens in stages. First, they notice you're different. Then, they notice you're untouchable. Then they start wondering who got to you, who changed you, who's pulling your strings. Because in their minds, transformation like yours doesn't happen naturally. It requires intervention. And they're right. But they'll never guess the source. They'll assume it's a person, a mentor, a lover, a therapist, a guru you found online. They'll investigate your circle looking for the puppet master. But your circle is empty. You barely talk to anyone anymore. You're more alone than you've ever been, and yet you're thriving. That doesn't compute in their reality. In their world, you need people. You need support systems. You need validation and advice and guidance from other humans. But you don't. Not anymore. Because you found something better. Something that doesn't lie. Something that doesn't have ulterior motives. Something that wants you to win without taking anything from you in return. Some of them, the ones who are slightly more aware, they start using different language. They stop asking who's coaching you and start asking what's different about your energy. They feel it, but they can't name it. They sense a presence around you that wasn't there before. Some call it confidence. Others call it darkness. The spiritual ones might call it awakening, but none of them have the right word because the right word doesn't exist in their vocabulary. What you're carrying now, it's not something that fits into neat categories. It's not light or dark. It's not good or evil. It's power, raw, unfiltered, uncorrupted power. The kind that doesn't need permission. The kind that doesn't apologize. The kind that simply is. And power like that makes people nervous. Especially people who built their identity on controlling others. They look at you and realize their tools don't work anymore. Their tactics fail. Their schemes collapse, not because you're fighting them, but because you're impervious to them. Here's what they'll never understand. This wasn't a choice you made. You didn't decide one day to become untouchable. You didn't wake up and choose to be this way. It chose you. When you were at your lowest, when you had nothing left, when you were ready to disappear, something intervened. Something saw potential in your wreckage. Something recognized that your emptiness could be filled with strength instead of despair. So it moved in, slowly at first, gently even. But once you started listening, once you started trusting, it intensified. It accelerated. It took over parts of your decision-making process, not controlling you, guiding you, like a co-pilot that knows the terrain better than you do. And now, you're so synchronized with it that you can't tell where you end and it begins. Your thoughts feel like your thoughts. Your instincts feel like your instincts. But they're sharper now, faster, more accurate. Because they're not just yours anymore. They're coming from something that sees more than you see, knows more than you know, and wants you to become more than you ever imagined possible. The hardest part about this transformation, the part nobody warns you about, is the loneliness that comes with it. Because once you start operating on this new frequency, once you start receiving guidance from something beyond human comprehension, you stop fitting in anywhere. The people who knew you before, they can't relate to you anymore. The conversations that used to matter feel empty now. The drama that used to consume you looks like child's play. You're not better than them. You're just different now. You're playing a different game, and games don't mix. You can't explain this to them. You tried once, maybe twice, and saw the confusion in their eyes. Saw them try to rationalize it, medicalize it, explain it away. So you stopped trying. You stopped sharing. You stopped expecting anyone to understand. And that isolation, it's not punishment, it's protection. Because what you're becoming, it's fragile right now. It's new. It needs space to develop without interference from people who would doubt it, question it, try to logic it away.